Well, I start out making biodiesel out of French fry oil, and that's my biodiesel processor made out of a discarded hot water tank. And these white barrels are my settling tanks. That green bucket there with the discarded milk strainer is how I strain the oil going into the processor. Anyway, when the biodiesel is all complete, then we end up with glycerin. And you see some glycerin here in this 5-gallon tote. And in order to use that glycerin, I've finally come up with a burner that works really well. So I take the glycerin and I pour it into this rectangular container there, and that's got a discarded pantyhose in the top of it to act as a filter, because you got to get your oil really clean or you have clogging problems in the when it's feeding into the burn chamber. So there's the stove that's burning glycerin right now. As you can see, it's doing really well. So we take the glycerin that has been filtered into a pan like the one you see there. Then I take that, warm it up a little bit on top of the stove, and then I dump it into this blue modified propane tank that gravity feeds down that tube through a series of valves, because there's another can right there that I use biodiesel in it to get the fire started and get it hot. And once it gets hot, then I switch the valves over to the glycerin that's in the blue tank. And both of those go into a little pipe manifold. In order to tell how much fuel is going into the stove, that tin can there that's wired to the side of a post, it has a drip where you can see a drip coming out of that little elbow, so you know how much fuel is going into the burner itself. Then we go down and you see there's a blower, and there's I believe that's a 2-inch pipe that the blower is blowing into, and then the oil that's coming out of this little drip can goes into a tube that's inside of the 2-inch pipe. That goes into the burn chamber, and inside we've got a discarded brake drum, as you see here. This is one that's prepared, ready for the next firing. So I have 2 brake drums, the one that's firing right now, and then the one that's ready to fire. These will run about 4, 5, 6 hours, something like that, and then you need to pull them out, change brake drums, because they get filled up with a hard coal-like substance that needs to be chipped out and prepared, like you see the one on the floor, for the next burning. Anyway, as most of us that make biodiesel know, if you make very much of it, pretty soon you have an excess of glycerin and you don't know what to do with it. You can make some soap out of it, but good grief, how much soap can you use? So this is one method that I've come up with over the years that works well. Heats my shop, which is about 2,000 square feet. and it puts out zero smoke, no smoke at all coming out of the stack, and it does a good job of heating my shop. So I thought I'd share with you YouTube guys and you biodiesel makers of what I've come up with for a method to deal with this excess glycerin. So thanks for watching. You can email me if you have questions, and I'll leave that information at the end of this video. So thanks for watching, and more later. Try to show you what this stove looks like inside when it's burning. It gives you an idea how intense that heat is. It really radiates out of there. Everything on there gets pretty darn hot, so you have to be pretty careful how you handle everything.